Hey everybody, it's Jared here with Big Bill Motorsports. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know how Saturday turned out. It was absolutely fantastic, but I'll go through it with you guys here. So, went to Florence Speedway. I think it's a half-mile dirt track, long straightaways, short turns, super fast, and it was a really nice, well-ran track. They had two classes of late models and modifieds also running along with some compacts and bomber type classes. So there was a lot of classes running, and it was a beautiful night. It was a little chilly, but that probably just helped with the engines a little bit more. Either way, we did a pill draw, and as usual, I sucked at that. I drew probably the second or third highest number that there was. So I started my heat race 8th out of 9 cars, and went out for the heat race, and man, the car was fantastic. No cautions in 8 laps. I drove from 8th up to 2nd, and probably could have gotten first place if there was one more lap. The car was that good. The track was that good. It just felt great. So I was excited, and I loved it. So, but the car did seem to like tighten up a little bit coming in, or the last several laps of the heat race. So in between the heat race and the feature, I was trying to decide what to do, and I figured I would take a swing at it. I've been dealing with kind of a tight car late in the races a lot. And so I decided to just loosen the whole car up by a half a round all the way around. And that's a fairly large change. And I was a little worried that it might be a little too loose for me, but I thought that even if it was too loose for me, that at least it would maybe get tighter and come in better towards the middle end of the race. It was only a 15 lap race, so I didn't know kind of how to judge that. But so for the feature race, I started 3rd, so I started inside 2nd row. Again, another advantage that I had there that was pretty good. By the end of the first lap, I was in 2nd. The inside row had the advantage, and I was kind of side by side with 1st, and sometimes side by side with 3rd. I was on the inside; they were mostly on the outside. It was pretty good. Had a couple of cautions in there, and so we did single file restarts, and I'd restart 2nd, and would just keep right up with the leader as the restart was going, and then stay side by side how we'd go. Maybe by the 3rd restart, which is maybe 5 laps into the race, the 3rd caution, when we did that restart, I kept running my line on the bottom, and maybe within a lap or two, the lead guy who was on my outside, I think he just made a mistake, drove it in too hot or hit a slick spot or something like that, and he just pushed up the track and allowed me to fully secure the lead at that point. So thinking maybe 5 laps into the race, I was able to utilize the full track, and I tell you, it made a huge difference. I was really kind of struggling to get enough drive off the corner when I was on the bottom, but I had a guy on my outside, so I can only go up so far. And once I had the entire track, I was able to go all the way up. I could go that much faster down the straightaways. I could, not have to worry about it. And I ended up pulling away from 2nd and 3rd place at that point. I don't know, 3 car lengths, 6 car lengths, somewhere in that range, something like that. So I was able to really get a handle on that. Then there was another caution, and I had to do my restart. And at that point, literally, so I had Derek Minshew right behind me. Now, Derek has won, I think, all but 2 races this year, maybe 3 races. So he's won, I don't know, 12 times this year, maybe more than that. Obviously, the guy to beat this year, the best driver, the best car, the best equipment of all what we're running. And so he's right behind me on the restart, and I'm thinking, you know what? It was fun. I loved leading. I wish I could do it more, but he's probably a better driver than me, so I'm going to pick my line, and I'm not going to block him. I'm just going to, do what I do, and if he can pass me on the outside, then good luck to him. And I kind of maybe felt like he could do that. We came to the restart, and boom, I pulled away probably 2 or 3 car lengths by the time we got to the start finish line. So go into turn 1 and 2, and I come out the back stretch, and I'm still 2 or 3 car lengths, maybe more ahead. So I'm like, holy cow, this is fantastic. Unfortunately, there was, a ton more cautions. I mean, in all reality, it was a bad Legends race. 15 laps, I think we had 8 cautions. It just caution after caution. So, after I took the lead, we probably had 4 more cautions. And at that point, every single restart, I was kind of trying to judge on what to do. And obviously I've raced a lot, and I've done a lot of restarts. And when you're on asphalt, you restart a lot closer to everybody else than you do on dirt. And there's a lot more games in my mind that get played on asphalt. So my philosophy going into those restarts was change what I'm doing on each restart. Don't give him a chance to predict where I'm restarting at each time. Since the driver got to pick the restart spot, I tried early one time, I tried it late one time. I waited until he bumped me, and then I kind of paused, and then I went, so he kind of was off the throttle when I was getting on it. Playing games, all like that. So, I was able to every single time get easily 2 or 3 car lengths, down the front stretch on the restarts. So pretty proud of myself on that. I did great on the restarts. We were running, had a green flag section. Probably the longest green flag run was 3 or 4 laps. They threw the white flag, and I'm like going down the back stretch. Okay, one more turn. Just don't screw it up. I've been there before, leading, coming into the 4th turn and not won before. So I was trying to make sure that I wasn't going to be, wasn't going to screw it up here. And right as I'm coming around turn 3 or 4, and they called a caution, and there was a car had spun on the front stretch, and I'm like, no, are you kidding me? Like, I was half a straightaway from being able to win here. So I was nervous really about that last restart, especially knowing, the guys that are battling for the championship were all right behind me. I think maybe all 3 or all 4 cars battling in the championship are like lined up, 2, 3, 4, 5 right behind me. So they were all hungry to get that spot. They all wanted it. They're probably all better dirt drivers than I am. So I was like real nervous going into that final restart, and there was just going to be 1 lap to decide it. And so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do on the restart. I can't remember what I did last time, and so I get up there and I get ready to go, and behind me Derek bumps me a little bit, and for some reason that threw me off. And he had done that before, and I'd use it to my advantage, and this time it kind of threw me off a little bit. So I kind of started to go and hesitated a little bit, and I could tell he was still right there. And I went, and I almost missed my upshift, and probably had the worst restart I had all night. But I was still able to pull 1 or 2 car lengths coming to the, coming across the checker, or coming across the start finish line there. Went down into 1 and 2, came off the back stretch, and gained a couple more car lengths. So super excited coming into 3 and 4. No cautions. Come off at turn 4, and I probably screamed all the way down the front stretch and halfway through the back stretch. So excited. I was, obviously this is something I've been, trying to do for years. This is my 8th year in all of racing, 8 years in Legends. This was my 170th race, and that was the first time that I ever actually crossed the start finish line first. I do technically have a win on asphalt, but that really came when the first 2 cars got disqualified, me finishing 3rd, got the win, but I didn't cross the start finish line first. I didn't go to victory lane. I didn't get the trophy. did get the payout, which was nice. But so this was really my first win. Man, I was so excited. I'm screaming in there, you know, in my car, and go down into victory lane. And you know, you plan these things. You dream, I should say. You dream about, okay, when I'm in victory lane, I'm gonna stand on top of the car and I'm gonna bow, or I'm gonna, you know, jump up and down, or I'm gonna do all this kind of crazy stuff. And no joke, like, dude, I was so excited. My mind was like, woo, you know, and I didn't do anything that I'd ever dreamed about. So I just kind of get out of the car and giving people hugs, and people are congratulating me. It was fantastic. Got to get the trophy, which you can see right here, which is massively fantastic. I mean, look at that puppy, right? And got to do the interview. You know, interview with the announcer and all that. It was just, man, it was so much fun. I tell you, it obviously was the best night in my racing career. You know, 170 nights of racing, and over 8 years, and this was, I don't want to say it's the pinnacle, because I'm hoping that I can still get some more, but it was by far the best place that I've been at. And I've won, I mean, I've gotten other trophies. They give you out trophies nowadays like hotcakes, but I've won, you know, State of Ohio semi-pro points probably 3 times. I've won our region semi-pro championship. I've got 2 championship trophies for that. But I'm telling you, this trophy right here and last Saturday night at Florence was by far the best ever. I freaking loved it. I was so excited. I came home. You know, I probably stayed at the track too late. Got home at, you know, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and you know, was relaxing. Took a shower. You know, it was just adrenaline up still. Tried to take it to bed, you know, and my wife kicked me and it out. But I'm telling you, dude, like, I'd take that thing everywhere if I could. I know for me, it's one race. There are other guys like Derek Minshew, who's probably a better driver. He's probably got 20 of these in his house, probably looking for get rid of some of them because they're taking up too much space. And I get one and I'm freaking out. But I loved it. I'm really happy about it. You know, I want to thank the KBR guys at Kyle Beatty Racing, Todd especially. They've been helping me out for the last 5 years with chassis help, parts help, setup help, which is a lot. And the Miller Performance guys up here just north of me in Ohio, they're kind of like an extension of Kyle Beatty Racing now. And they've helped me out with parts and setup help and things like that, get my tires there. You know, those guys have been helping me out for a long time, and I appreciate that. So it's been fantastic. There were also, you know, several of the drivers I know. Cole, you want me to give you a shout out, so here's your shout out. Cole helped me out with some lines and things like that. Josh Dietz, I know, is a former Legends racer that I've raced with for years. Got beat by Josh many a times, and he was there racing a crate late model, and he gave me some pointers going into the feature race on lines and where to go and all that kind of stuff, and all that stuff helped out. So it was fantastic. I love it. I do want to thank all you guys and the viewers. You know, right now when you look at it on YouTube, we've got over 700 subscribers, which, you know, isn't epic in YouTube terms, but in the Legends world, 700, that's a hell of a lot. We've got over 200,000 total views. We've got more than 300 videos up there. I think our highest rated video, which of course is a crash, is over 30,000 views. So thank you guys, all you fans. I appreciate that. I just don't know what to say. I'm so excited. I can't wait to do it again. So with that being said, what do we have for the rest of the season here? It's getting towards the end of the season. This coming weekend, we have a race on Friday night at Atomic Speedway, which will be another new track for me. The weather's looking really shady for Friday, but I'm hoping that it holds out and we can race at Atomic. I'm really hoping that it, so that's not a series race, that's just Atomic putting it on by themselves, maybe with no rules. I'm really hoping that people don't show up with dirt tires and all that kind of crap, and kind of ruin it for everybody else. That would just kind of be crappy, because we probably know that Atomic is not going to be doing any sort of tech. But you know, just doing something blatant like coming with dirt tires would just, in my mind, just kind of be unsportsmanlike in that. But either way, we got that Friday night, and then we get the last race at Brush Creek that Saturday. So it'll be a Friday race and a Saturday race, pending weather on both of those. I am leaving the 358 gear in. Atomic is a fast track. I think it's 3/8 mile, so it's about the same size as Brush Creek, but everything I hear is that it's faster than Brush Creek. So I ran the 358 at Florence at a half mile. I really don't have a better gear in between the 358 and the 373, so I'm just going to run the 358 for both Atomic and Brush Creek there. And then I have decided that on the weekend of October 20th, I am going to go to the Portsmouth race instead of going down to Atlanta for the road course. So I'm sorry to all you guys down in Atlanta. I really wanted to go to that, but I can't really turn down going to the Dirt Track World Championships, $100,000 to win for late models, be fans galore. It should be super fantastic and fun. And so, you know, that, and it's, you know, 2 hours from my house instead of 7. So, you know, I'm going to still try to figure out a way to do some road course racing. My next option might be January, February down in Charlotte when they do their winter heat series. They do some road courses down there. I might try to do a weekend down there. Maybe the Kyle Beatty guys will help me out a little bit and be able to do that, but we'll see. So that's probably it right there. So this weekend we have Friday at Atomic, Saturday at Brush Creek, and then the weekend of October 20th, that Friday, October 20th, we're going to go to Portsmouth for the finish of the Legends series here on dirt, and then I think that'll be it. So either way, thank you everybody for watching. Again, thank you for everybody that gave me the congratulations and all that kind of stuff. I probably haven't gotten that many comments on Facebook or any of that in forever. So that felt good. It was fantastic. It was fun. I can't wait till I can do it again. All right. Thank you everybody for watching. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below, and we'll go get them this weekend. All right. Thank you.